Hello friends, welcome back to another video. Today is all about self-care. These are simple practices that some may consider ordinary, but I find them to be easy ways to incorporate better self-care in my daily life. From taking care of my mental health to caring for others, I've come to realize that loving ourselves doesn't have to be extravagant or expensive. It just takes a little effort. After a while and a bit of consistency, you start to find opportunities to care for yourself in the littlest ways. I hope you'll find inspiration in this video to prioritize your well-being throughout your daily life too. Let's get started. Okay, so starting off with one of my favorite ways to practice self-care, it is one of the simplest things that you can do, and that is to spray on your favorite perfume. Whether you're going out or not, personally, even when I'm in the house, I like to wear a lighter fragrance just so that I feel good. Like, there's just something about putting on your favorite fragrance that boosts your mood. At least that's what I find. So I wanted to introduce you guys to this brand. This part of the video is sponsored. They are called Dossier, and essentially they create high quality perfumes, the same level of quality that you would find from a luxury brand, say Chanel, Dior, whatever you have seen in the stores, but at an affordable price point. And the way that they do that is by eliminating unnecessary marketing, packaging, and all of the fluff and price increases that the luxury brands do. So I have two different perfumes here that are inspired by perfumes that I actually have, and I chose these ones because I wanted to really get a sense of, do they actually smell the same? They're using the same notes as the luxury fragrances have, and so obviously they should smell the same. So the scents that the Dossier perfumes are inspired by that I've chosen are Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. This is one of my all-time favorites, but this bottle goes for $300 plus. This was something that I bought in Paris, kind of like a souvenir and a memory piece. And as you can see, I rarely use it, or at least I don't overuse it because obviously it's super pricey. It's a really nice like powdery musky scent. And then the second one is the Baccarat Rouge 540. This is something that I don't wear often. It's very strong, it's very powerful, but I definitely feel like it kind of exudes confidence. So the two perfumes that I have from Dossier are the Ambery Vetiver, and this is the inspired by Bal d'Afrique perfume, and I can honestly say, you guys, they smell the exact same. But this guy goes for like $39 to $49 on their website, and I have a discount code that you guys can use, so I'm gonna leave it in the description box with the links to these perfumes. The second scent that I have here is inspired by the Baccarat Rouge 540, and again, I can honestly say it smells the exact same. I was so shocked when I opened up these boxes because I was like, I immediately recognized the scent. And there's even this video that they have on TikTok and Instagram where they go out in public and they have two like scent samplers with no names on them, and they ask people which one is more expensive, and people cannot tell the difference. So these are high quality perfumes. I have worn them already. They last a really long time, and the best part is that you can layer them, which I think is really cool. So that is self-care practice number one. Like I mentioned, I'm going to leave these linked in the description box with a discount code for you guys. Thank you to Dossier for sponsoring this portion of the video. Let's get into the next self-care practice, which is very simple and easy to incorporate into a morning or evening routine, is meditation. So I have these kind of like noise canceling headphones that I use almost every time that I meditate, unless I'm completely alone in the house, just because I find that it just kind of calms me down a little bit more. And then the meditation app that I use is called Calm, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. It's pretty famous. I think like they have stars that come on and do meditations. They do guided like wisdom sessions and things like that. And I really just find that they have a lot of different options for however you might be feeling during the morning or evening, and whatever it is that you want to address. So a few of the things that I personally like are working with thoughts, the loving kindness ones. There's something called staying on track. So there's like a series of different sessions that you can do within kind of like that topic and category. And then there's just like daily calms that you can do, and they always have one suggested for you. So you just simply click on it, start listening, and these are guided meditations, and you can choose how long you want them to be. And I just find that it just keeps my mind at peace and helps me infuse calm into my day. Another simple self-care practice that I really enjoy is just simply learning. So I have always kind of been a lover of anything self-development or, you know, self-improvement. Not to say that I'm like always on the go, like trying to be better. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I'm not like going crazy with it. I just really enjoy hearing other people's perspectives about how you can, you know, personally grow. So reading and listening to podcasts are the two main ways that I like to learn. So the book that I'm currently reading is by Brené Brown, and it's called The Gifts of Imperfection: Let Go of Who You Think You're Supposed to Be and Embrace Who You Are. It's a guide to a wholehearted life, and I actually really liked this one. I think I have one chapter left, but I found it very straightforward, very inspiring, and she kind of puts things in a way that I wouldn't normally see them as, if that makes sense. So it just provides a new perspective on wholehearted living and facing up to your insecurities and all of that good stuff. And then the podcast that I've really been enjoying is by Oprah. Yeah, so it's Oprah's Super Soul, and she just has a whole bunch of different interviews with different people. I find Oprah to be very calming as an interviewer, and she asks a lot of really good questions from these people, and so it's kind of like almost like a TED Talk in a way. I feel like so much information is shared, but in such a gentle and just kind of like mind-opening way. Hopefully that made sense. So that's just a simple way that I like to practice self-care, because, you know, you can never go wrong with personal growth. I'm going to fly through these next ones. So the next thing that I like to do to practice self-care is baking something, and often this is baking for somebody else. So obviously JR, my husband, he really likes my baking, so I do that when I feel like I just need to feel a little bit more grateful, and if I want to do something nice. Also, I love muffins, so that's a constant baked item in our house. You know, I think it sounds counterintuitive at first to be like doing something for someone else's self-care. Everybody's always like, put yourself first, blah, 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 all of this stuff. Like, sure, there's a time and place for that, but I honestly feel like doing something for somebody else in turn helps you feel better. Not in like some convoluted way, but just naturally, like you giving to others kind of warms the heart. It makes you more grateful, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with being generous, I think. So baking is a simple way to do that, whether that's just like a batch of simple chocolate chip cookies or blueberry muffins. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but it's the act of doing it that is very therapeutic, and then obviously the outcome is pretty delicious too. Along the lines of being in the kitchen, I also just really love cooking meals. So dinner time is definitely my favorite time to cook, because it's kind of like, you know, ingrained into our routine already. That's just when we spend quality time together at the end of a long day. And again, being in the kitchen just is very therapeutic for me personally, and I love like testing out new recipes, and also just like the whole meal planning process I find very soothing, and just, I don't know, it just makes me feel so good. So I definitely recommend, like, try making something new, see how you feel afterwards. If you're not like an experienced cook, I would not suggest trying something crazy in terms of recipes. That might end up being a little bit more stressful, but if you can find something simple, which I am actually going to be posting on my new website soon, then I definitely recommend trying it out and just easing your way into cooking. The next simple self-care practice that I like to do is just simply make a cup of tea, or whether it is like a steamed milk or something, any hot beverage or beverage in general, whatever you like, and just sitting down to watch an episode of my favorite show. Sometimes if I am really like clogged up here in my mind and meditation isn't something that I feel inclined to do, then I will sit down for an episode of like a Netflix show. And yes, it is a little bit kind of like mind numbing, but that's kind of the point. As long as there's an end or like a stop to it, and I know like, okay, one episode and then go back to what you're doing. Use this time to like relax and reset and just take your mind off of whatever is bugging you. I think it's a great self-care practice as long as there are parameters. This next one is not for everybody, but it is for the neat freaks out there. And for me, I personally like to do a tidy of the house, whether that is, you know, a quick vacuuming or using the Swiffer duster to just dust anything that I see on the surfaces, or just picking things up around the house that are not in the spots that they actually belong in. That really helps to calm my mind, and it's very rewarding because at the end of it, you've got a super clean space. So that one is kind of common sense, not for everybody, like I said, but if you enjoy being in a very clean and tidy space, then this might actually be something that you enjoy doing. The next thing that is a pretty simple self-care practice and easy to do if you're getting ready any time of day is to put on an outfit that you feel really good in. And this has been something that has helped me throughout pregnancy because there's not a lot that I fit into my wardrobe, and you know, as much as I want to be super creative with my outfits, it often just ends up being like leggings, sneakers, a hoodie, and then like maybe a trench coat. But if I accessorize a little bit and I just like spruce up the outfit a bit, I definitely feel so much better. And when I look good from my own perspective, then I feel good. So it's all about building that confidence and just exuding that confidence to, you know, practice that self-care. My camera's about to die, so I hope that I can get these last two in there. The next one is going for a walk. I find that the fresh air and just being surrounded by nature really helps to give me perspective. And then the last one is doing my nails. So I have a UV gel nail kit, and like I said, look good, feel good. I feel so much more put together when my nails are done, and the act of doing it is also very therapeutic for me. So there you have it. Those are my simple self-care practices, my favorite ways of practicing that self-love and just helping myself feel a little bit better, especially on the days where I'm not really feeling it. I hope that you enjoyed this video or found some inspiration from it. And if you did, as always, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one.